That's a robot, my buddy.
Yeah, right. Okay.
All right, we're live now. Now we're all back.
All right.
So yes, so we have Thornwatch. Now, at the moment, unless you've got any specific requests, General Razgor is going to take care of scouting and posting guards at the keep until you tell him otherwise. But that's kind of the bit he's in charge of anyway, as warden.
All right. And so if we're going to make this happen, who wants to do this? Do you guys want to do this or abandon the place, give it over to the hobgoblins, continue our adventuring, or do you want to try to make this work? This is just a battle plan.
It's your gaff, mate.
I can live here and be tired. Just
Well, I think
gobbies around.
if we have this as a base, as of now, this could be our base. We could maybe try and set up a few things. I don't know what, like some kind of income or some kind of, like you say, trade routes or something. As long as we're kind of starting something, whoever can kind of get on with it while we go off and have fun and kill stuff, and then come back and order people around a bit more to do more stuff.
I told you. We just need a few cocoa plants to start. We're good.
Yeah. Some poppy seeds, be fine.
Yeah. No, so yeah, we're gonna have to reach out to what's left of Thorndale, right? And let them know that the area.
So Thornvale doesn't have any people in it. They've all long gone. But it is.
Everyone's gone?
Yes. It was abandoned when you went through it. But the stone foundations are still good, which means that it could be rebuilt quite easily. You wouldn't have the hassle of like draining the land, leveling it, building stone foundations. It would just be as putting wooden houses back on top of the foundations again. So that makes it very, very quick. It could be built back into a village, but you'd need people to populate it. We did discuss this off stream last week. The easiest and cheapest source of villagers is going to be Everland, which is currently overflowing with refugees from the war. From the war about two or 3 years ago. Well, these refugees were mostly from the towns and villages to the west, near the Evermoors. So they're actually quite a hardy, tough folk that we're used to dealing with things like trolls off the Evermoors and things like that. They just don't have a home at the moment because all those towns and villages have been abandoned. And they all fled to Everland.
Okay, so we marched to Everland. We put the general and Darkbolt in charge, and we go tell people that they want to put in the hard work.
Well, you've got a couple of options. So you can go there yourself and negotiate it. You've actually got contacts there already, so you could just send your hawk as a messenger. So you've got Selvara's chain of command. So the cleric in charge of the Church of Helm there. You've got the spy master in the Harpers, which Selvara and you both know. And you've also, not directly, but you have done work with the Harpers for the city itself, the city elders. So you could petition them just to send you refugees as well. So you've got a few options. And you can petition them all and see what happens.
Right. Well, I think the refugees would be the quickest way to get people here.
Well, I guarantee, I can tell you now that Everland would want to send refugees because they've got too many people in the city. And those people will want a home. They'll want a new home as well.
Right. But we have to negotiate.
I was going to say, is there a chance of us cutting a deal to take them?
Right. Like a trade deal but we also have to inform them that, we're protected by giant hobgoblins. We have to let them know a treaty that, hey, if anyone from Evelyn or the surrounding areas hurt them, it's an attack on me or us.
Yeah.
That we want to keep the peace. So, they have to know they can't just show up and then all of a sudden start flinging arrows at the hobgoblins because they think they're invading. But yeah, you can help negotiate that, but I don't want to.
Well, I mean, those negotiations can be done via Hawk quite quickly.
All right, well, I'm illiterate. Remember, somebody got to get a quill and a piece of paper.
Well,
So you just
technically,
get
that's.
stick
I
drawings
mean,
that look like a battle plan.
anybody could do that for you. Technically, it's Darkbolt's job, but Selvara probably has the more eloquent hand, being Elven and Churchborn. She's going to have much better and much what's the word? Just a better manner of writing, because she's probably the only one out of everybody who had to write a lot for her role.
She's considerably better than Yao.
I'm
Yeah,
very
exactly.
fucking rich.
I just want you to write these simple words. Say, we saw the evil, we came and conquered the evil, we banished the evil, and now we're looking for a really good light beer. Send us your best.
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, if Tammy sent the message, it would definitely be, give us loads of stuff or we'll come hit you.
Give us stuff.
If Kitty sent something, it would be along the lines of, that's a nice city you got, shame if something happened to it. If it accidentally burnt down.
Yeah.
Actually flicks a match.
Yeah, exactly. So, Selvara's more likely to be diplomatic.
We beheld the darkness, we cast it down, we slew the evil that stalked these lands. Now send forth your finest warriors, send your champions, send the bravest sons and daughters of your realm, for we stand ready.
There you go.
Something like that.
Ready to tax the fuck out of you.
And send some sandwiches.
We will take these extra souls off your hands for a bit of chimichanga.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. Housing development near
Meat
the
shields. Go.
The second anyone says a great opportunity, all I can think is MLM.
Or a pyramid scheme.
Haven.
All right, so what are you gonna hawk them? Then send them a hawk. My hawk, my buddy, the hawk.
I penned your letter,
So-
figure out your bird on your own.
How many meat shields are we getting? Are we thinking about having?
Oh, we're gonna just get them to bring their tools and rebuild the city and give them a plot of land, and they agree to be lorded over quite poorly.
Well,
Okay.
you've got a couple of options, haven't you? So refugees, they're going to be people who were villagers and farmers. So they're going to be that sort of person. People who are used to working the land or doing things in the village that support the people who work the land.
Yeah, seamstresses.
So,
butchers,
but
that kind of
you're
thing.
going to have to remember that, and most of this will come from Darkbolt. You're going to have to remember that until they built their place and cleared
have to look after
farmland,
them.
started planting, you're going to have to pay to keep them alive until they can become self-sufficient.
Unless, we can figure out, well, I mean, they can hunt the lands.
Yeah, and they can also,
Yeah.
but there will also be a manual labour pool for the other things you want to do, like rebuild the bridge, clear the roads,
Right.
that sort of thing.
And we can negotiate with the town that has them to say, hey, if you provide them with a tent, we'll get them out of your city.
Well, the closest
tools.
people to us that might want to join us that we identified last time
Yeah,
is the
Jalantha.
Everland.
Well, they've got
But-
no reason to want to leave the town they're in,
Was it not
unless you give
Jalantha?
them one. So, yes,
Sorry,
Jalantha.
yeah, was Jalantha, who were a big city, and then it got wiped off the map, and then there's just like
Reedy
a little pocket
constantly.
of people left.
Yeah.
And they're constantly under assault. So we could offer them security, they should be pretty hardy and self-sufficient because they're already living kind of off the grid. So we can offer them more security in return for them coming to set up their village here instead. And then we should have like your sort of standard sort of like baker, butcher, all the usual sort of like people that would have crafts in a town. They should already have because they're already self-sufficient.
Yeah, skilled labourers. They fall under the heading
But
of.
first, I got a question. You said they were under what?
They were
So they
under
were in
constant.
a city, and the city got raised, so now they're like living in little pockets.
Living what?
Well, they rebuilt. So basically, their town was one of the ones that
Right.
got destroyed during the war. So they
Right.
relocated the town to the north of the River Roving and rebuilt. But so they're smaller now. But you have to remember that most of their trade, they're not farmers. They're rivermen. They run the
Right.
barges up and down the rivers. That's their prime income.
You said they were under assault.
It's because it's a frontier town. They get attacked, but they have defences for that, which I did explain. But their defences go and hide in caves. They've got hidden caves and stuff that they retreat to when they're under attack.
But the point is that they're still having to evacuate on the regs, so we can offer them a more stable place to live.
Well,
It also sets us up if they're river guys, if we're going to start felling wood to make some money. If we've got some river guys and stuff like that.
So that was
Okay.
another idea that I offered, was that our main resource that we seem to have that we could export is lumber. So if we can get some lumberjacks in, start cutting down some of these trees, we might be able to float them down the river to the nearest city as the easiest way to sort of travel. So again, if we could get these river folk in.
Well, ironically, the place that lumber would end up and then be shipped on would be Jalanthar. So if you've emptied it of
Yeah.
people, there won't be anybody there to ship it on.
Yeah, which I appreciate, but the river does continue past Jalanthar, so
It does, for about another 60 miles before it gets to Hillsfar.
but we could also just set up like a little dock further down where we could like land the wood and then like arrange to meet like traders coming up and down the bigger river.
What you've just described there is Jalanthar.
I appreciate
But-
that, but it wouldn't be manned all the time. It wouldn't be a village. It would just be somewhere that they go downriver with the logs.
You've also
go over
got...
and then they come back
yeah.
up.
So you've got downstream on the Roving is Everland.
And
That's
Heads.
about 100 miles away from where you are. Okay? It's about
There's one
100,
stop
110
before-
miles. Yes, that's Hills. It's not Hillsfar, it's Hills something or Hilltop. There's Hilltop
Oh,
and
no,
Leuven.
Hilltop, right in the mountain. That's it.
Yeah,
Leuven.
and Leuven. Yeah. So, but those aren't large centres, they're towns. Small or some villages. So you've got Everland, which is 110 miles away to the west. Then you've got Sunderbar, which is about 70 or 80 miles to the northeast. And Sunderbar doesn't have a population problem. So they're less likely to send you people free of charge. But what they do have is a really large dwarven population, including craftsmen and miners and stonemasons and stuff like that. So if you wanted to hire really well-skilled dwarven craftsmen, Sunderbar is the closest place.
So I suggested with that what we could do is suggest to the dwarves that we ask them to come and assess for mines and mineral wealth in our land or in your land. And then in return, we give them a percentage if they then work it. Or we take a percentage, a tithe off of their, like, what they're producing.
okay. Well, I mean, all these are valid ideas, though. I mean, just reach out to everybody.
Yeah.
And give them the option.
You've also got, in the immediate term, while you're waiting to set up these agreements, is what General Razkor does with the hobgoblins. Do you keep him concentrated around Thornwatch to protect it? Do you want him scouting the lands? Do you want him patrolling the roads? So you've got, or you can leave it up to him.
Yeah, I mean, it's best left up to him. I mean, if he honors his agreement and we honor ours, he's got the encampment, he's got free rights to hunt and all of that. And he said that we could call on his forces to help cut lumber and stuff,
So,
to get started.
yeah, now he does explain to you that although every hobgoblin, able-bodied hobgoblin, is a warrior, male or female, and that's what he's got with him. They're also they will do other jobs like farming, wood cutting, stuff like that. But it's not their primary role. It's so yeah. You think of the hobgoblins like Spartans, rather than being an apothecary who gets drafted in to become a soldier. They're soldiers who will do another job as long as it promotes the upkeep of their soldiering. Does that make sense? So they do the same
Right.
sort of jobs, but their focus is soldier. Their focus is warrior,
Right, we
and
want to keep it.
they're a warrior caste. They're very much like oh god, who's the race with the bumpy heads in Star Trek? I forgot the name.
Klingons.
Klingons. Hobgoblins are very much like Klingons. They're ruled by not just martial prowess and so on, but their whole religion is based around it as well.
Right. Well, that's the thing. I mean, he knows that they can do as they wish. They can, if they want to build a little hobgoblin college, they can. They're, it's unrestricted. It just
Hobgoblin University.
Well,
Yeah.
given access to the land, the hobgoblins would be able to reach self. They'd be able to sustain themselves, food wise.
Right. Exactly.
You might
And-
still have to.
yeah.
You might still have to give them raw materials to keep themselves armed and armored, because they don't have
Right.
access to iron, for instance. So that might have a cost. But for the most part,
Yeah.
they should be self-sufficient, and they're willing to take that on in
Return for
As
labor.
pa-
because
yeah.
We're gonna need their labor to get started building the forges, the
Yeah.
smithy shops, that kind of stuff. So it all comes out in the wash. If they build it, others come and man it, and they get the return on investment from their labor. From the refugees and the other people that are being contacted. I mean,
One
we're
of the
starting to break.
thoughts was about, do you know where the hobgoblin camp is on like the south side? To move the hobgoblin camp to the north. So they're basically keeping the north side of us safe. They've also got all that land, all that area to kind of
Do what they want.
sort chop. Do you know what I mean? And then in front of the Thornwatch keep down by the south was where we kind of thought maybe they'd be like what would you call it? Like a holding.
Yeah, the village and the main road and everything come from the south. So if we keep them further away from like the common folk, but then give them the freedom to roam and hunt, etc., they can also protect us from attacks from the north.
Just because the mountains are up above us.
Well, there's no mountains. There's hills. You're nowhere near mountains. That you don't have to worry about. The closest,
Yeah, the hills.
like the closest, what you would call dangerous wilderness, is to the southeast, because you're right at the very tip of the high forest, and south and east is the high forest spreads out, and that's a massive untamed forest. It's like continent-sized forest, and it's filled with everything, all sorts of evil.
Being the battle master, and you can talk to him about where he wants to put his forces, which makes tactical sense.
Well, so he does, because he does say that they've already made a temporary encampment on the south bank, but it is temporary. It's an earthwork. They can move it if you
Right,
prefer
so,
them
I
to
mean,
shift.
Well, no, that's up to them. And tactically, what's the most sound? Because he knows the area. I don't. Well, I mean.
Well,
I
he
did 30
he
years.
needs somewhere, a barracks and stuff. He needs somewhere for his hobgoblins to rest that's defensible,
Right.
which is why he ordered them to start building earthworks. However, he's assuming that you'll want hobgoblins, at least some hobgoblins on guard in the keep. You'll probably want some to watch the bridge. You'll want some to patrol the roads. And those are all his soldiers. And then he's got, because he's got about 30 soldiers, 30 or 35 soldiers, and then he's got about another 15 scouts. And the scouts would be
Right.
more wilderness patrols, so they'd be patrolling out, just keeping an eye out in general for any threats coming from outside the
Yes.
realm.
And we want them to be visible so people get used to it.
Yeah, and the scouts also double as hunters. They can all hunt as well. There he's basically he's bowman. He's got soldiers and archers.
We had
Um,
an armory, or you had an armory that had a lot of basic gear in it. We should probably be
Yeah.
offering him that as well.
Yeah, yes, you did.
Upstairs.
There was quite a lot of I can't remember what I put in it now, but it was things like shields, pikes.
New, common, just
Yeah,
everyday
nothing
stuff
fancy,
like
but
that.
definitely functional. There was an
But
armory
it's
of
something that we
equipment.
could essentially turn into a uniform, so that we could be like, these are our hobgoblins.
Well, I mean, it's like we want to arm our forces, but we also want people coming in to have something, out in the wilderness as well. You know what I mean?
Well,
Because everybody living here and working here, moving here is going to be like, bear gorillas, surviving.
It's going to be pioneer, yeah.
So they're going to, it's like moving to Alaska. You don't move there unless you got a gun. So yeah, that's a good idea. So like say logistics people, I don't care as long as I get my sandwiches. I don't care.
okay, so the question is now, because it's the first day of Tarsak, which is still within sort of like spring. So the river is currently at its highest because you've got all the spring melt filling the river at the moment. So it's at its highest point at the moment. You're going to have plenty of game. There's going to be lots of life in the woods and in the river. So you've got access to quite good resource at the moment.
Right, so
And you've got a couple of places to contact. It's how you go about contacting them. The Hawk could probably get to Everland and back in about half a day. But then you've got the time, however long it takes for whoever you send it to reply.
we should probably
So-
send it to the Harpers, is my thought. Because we can send a bunch of letters or send instructions to the Harpers and asking them to pass on information to others.
Information is what
Yeah.
they're trading, and you've already got a direct connection into them who's basically pleased with your work so far.
So we can use our contacts with her to speak to the higher ups about shifting some of the skilled refugees towards us.
I mean, if that works, it works. Just make sure that the important deal is that we're not taking in, people holding out, 10 cups asking for a handout. And if they want to drain on their resources gone, we're gonna have to give them something to survive while they're here. Because we can't take on the burden just starting out. Or they
Well,
can
that's why I
keep the
said
burden.
skilled.
But they can keep the burden themselves, so send them with tents and basic survival, rations if they can afford it.
Well, if we work with the Harpers, they should be invested in seeing us succeed anyway, since we're essentially.
Well, you certainly. What you might have to do, and again, you'd know this, is that if you're going to enlist the Harpers, you'd have to make your place Harper friendly.
Harper friendly, not Harper control.
You need to go make your
Yeah.
cleric era, sandwich area. Rear deity.
So are you going
Again,
to?
if we're contacting the Harpers, the church will just send everyone because it's a typical, well, we should be helping the needy thing. If we contact the Harpers and just let them be informed, or rather inform the church for us, that I will be working out of this keep from now on, then, and that they're welcome to send some like priests or acolytes or whatever in our direction, then that should be sufficient. But if I contact them directly and say, oh, do you want to send us some of these refugees, we're just going to get anyone. If we contact the Harpers and say, look, we'll make this area Harper friendly, and a refuge maybe for Harpers coming through, then they're more likely to pick out decent folk and do it as more of a clandestine mission rather than just putting out the word that there's a safe place that people can come and settle.
Give me a smarts roll, please. Just Silvara.
And where are we?
Okay.
I'd like to Benny that, sir.
Oh, really? Okay. And don't you have Ilan, which means you get...
I do, which I was literally just checking my sheet. I've got my cheat sheet now. So I
It
get
means
+2 on a Benny reroll.
Yes, you do. And that makes it a 7. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you petition the church for anything, given your low standing in the church, as far as your rank is concerned, there is a very good chance they'll just send someone who outranks you to take your position. Whether you accept that or not, and what the Lord does about that is up to Cap. But that's what the church will probably do, because they wouldn't see you as sufficiently trained to take on the position of high priest for a new
Well, let's
holding.
not fucking tell.
To be fair, I'm not trying to take on the role of high priest either. I'm an adventurer. I go out adventuring. So if they
Yeah.
want to send a priest, not a high priest, but a priest in our general direction, I'd be more than happy to go in line with him in matters of the faith.
Yes,
No,
but
I'm
they
gonna
would
kidnap
also
him.
be your superior. That's all.
Again,
That's all I'm telling you.
Again,
I'm
I'd
not
be more
taking
than
orders from
happy
somebody
in
else.
matters of the faith to do as he tells me, but I would defer
won't.
to the Lord of the keep, which happens to be like one of the adventurers, as to how I would then conduct myself.
I'm just
Yeah,
letting
but
you
you
know.
don't really. If your top man tells you to do something, you don't really have a you can't really say because you're a cleric, aren't you? You have to obey. You can't just go over the top of him and ask your buddy instead. I mean, I've
Well, you
got no
can.
issue. I'll kill them.
You can,
Kill
but
them.
then you're potentially causing a conflict between the Lord and the High Priest.
I have no issues with that. I can just kill them. But I'm just saying, like
Okay,
the way
we've
that
got
like
my priests out here, lads. Maybe
The
send us
fall of
someone
the
with a bit
Roman
more
it-
rugged.
all of them, unfortunately, have very strange accidents involving Bertha.
Involving axes. Accidents involving axes.
And if they happen to be
Accidents.
thundering axes, I just want to say that it's a pure accident.
I don't know why his head was missing and he got electrocuted. It was nothing to do with me.
It happened all at the same time, all at once. I was just watching.
I was dead at the time.
I was on the moon with
I was
Steve.
hard. We were doing other things.
So, I'm not saying you can't contact them. I'm just saying you'd be aware of the hierarchy of the church and how it works because you're part of it.
Maybe we just leave them out of it just now.
I mean, yeah, but you guys were all on about dedicating this temple to Helm, etc. I can't exactly do that and work with
Yeah,
the
you can.
refugees.
You can. You've
I'm
got
not
the
here,
ability.
because I'm out adventuring.
Yeah, well,
You can still make a wee shriney thing and
I
leave
can do
it.
the shrine,
there.
but I can't run the shrine, my friend.
You don't need to
I'm
run a shrine.
here.
I'm sure once we shriny it, it'll run itself. It'll be fine. It'll
Well,
just
you'd be in
there,
charge.
we need it.
Technically, you'd be in charge of religious matters, which for the most part is going to be overseeing births, deaths, and marriages. You don't have to be around for that all the time.
Here.
Yeah, but you
Work
don't have to be
together
around
all-
for that all the time. Unless it's like we're getting married. Said, yeah, well, you ain't getting married until I get back. It's
Do we just move in a retired sea captain? At least he can then do the marriages bit while I'm not here.
That sounds like a Vegas thing, that.
Yeah.
Who did you get married by? Steve. Captain Steve.
Steve the pirate.
Captain Sparrow.
I was going to say, it'd be Captain Jack Sparrow, wouldn't it? Let's face it.
That'd be fucking amazing.
So, anyway, so you've got a few places to contact. You've only got one hawk. Where are you going first? Is it Everland and the Harpers?
It's okay. That we put it to the council vote. So vote.
Yeah. Yeah.
General Razgor,
Harpers, yeah?
just I don't know what the word is. He abstains. He doesn't vote
Okay.
yay or nay. Yeah, because he doesn't know enough of humans to really know if it's a good or a bad idea. He just said, "I trust in the decision of the Lord. That's what I'm here for."
I say, don't we all?
Yeah, Darkbolt votes for Everland, and then it's the rest of you.
Okay.
So you said he could be there and back in half a day, so we can just send him out again tomorrow.
So I vote for Everland, but not telling the clericy people because I'm going to kill them. Just saying. You've been warned. If you tell us to be all like, "Why'd you kill my second uncle?" I'm going to be like, "I fucking said in that meeting I was going to kill people if they come along and start telling me what to do." So that's my vote. You've been warned.
I vote Everland.
I vote for Everland Harpers specifically.
Yeah. So there you go, Cat.
Well, it looks
There's your
like
vote.
it's
What's the Lord's final decision?
Go with the majority.
Okay.
See how it
So,
turns out.
Selvara, you'll need to draft the message. You don't have to do it word for word. Just give me roughly what you want or what your ask is.
So
I do think that it's better dealing with the government of Everland directly instead of the Harpers, and the Harpers are a side note because we're going to try to get away from the Harpers altogether. As
The only problem you have with that is you've never met any of the lords, so you don't really know how to go straight to them.
Right.
I thought we
We could-
did. I thought we knew
Good.
one of them that fancied Silvara. Didn't we?
He was a lord, but he's not on the council.
Oh, right, okay.
the city
But you do
itself
have
is
him.
going to
You do
the
have
city
Lord
itself is
Tamriel
going-
as well.
God.
Yeah, talk to him. He likes shit. He'll
I
give
give
a
up.
shit.
The city itself is going to want to get rid of the diseased, the sick, the young, and anyone that it sees to be a drain on its resources.
I'll take the
We
young.
don't want those people. We
Oh.
want the skilled, the craftsman, and the pioneering type. The city
People
will
want-
not send those to us, and they certainly won't do it in secret, so all the rest of them will still come along. Okay, if we speak to the Harpers, they are very cloak and dagger. That is literally their thing. They will get us the people that we are actually wanting to target without letting it be like go straight through the city. I'm sure word of it will still get out, but they're going to be a much better bet for getting what we want.
Right.
Yeah,
at
but
what
which one is the
cost?
one?
But at what cost? What do the Harpers get out of it?
So the Harpers will get a place of safe refuge for their agents passing through the lands.
Yeah, but
can
which
offer
is the
them-
one that's going to send
Well,
is
you
it
can
the
even-
church or is it the Harpers that are
You
gonna
can
send
even give
somebody
them-
to do?
You can even give the Harpers a safe, not just like a general, yeah, we'll look after you kind of thing. You could give them a safe house. You can promise
That's what I
them
mean.
a
We can
base
literally
that they can
provide
use.
them with what they want from like all corners of the land, which is essentially somewhere that they can come through and be protected and have somewhere that they can their agents can hang out while the heat dies off elsewhere.
Yeah, but what are they giving us in return?
A load of
We see-
people. And
Yeah, but,
information. We can provide information to them, and they can provide information back to us.
Oh,
They
well,
also
yeah.
broker deals for us with the merchants in their city.
And
Which one
they
is the
can't give you,
one?
but they can't give you people. But what they can do is negotiate with the lords on your behalf. So that's what they're giving to you. In this instance,
Right, okay.
from the way Silvara describes it. Because the Harpers don't control the population of Everland, it's controlled by the Council of Elders. But they
And it's
know
the
the Council
church
of
people
Elders.
that are saying a higher priest. So the Harpers and the church people are different things, are they?
Everland is controlled by a council. The high priest of the Church of Helm is on that council, but you don't need to approach the council as a whole. You can let the Harpers approach the councillor they think is most likely to give you what you want, because they will know
Right,
that
okay.
they deal in information. So you're not getting the people from the Harpers, you're getting the way into the correct councillor, is what the Harpers can give you.
Okay.
And in return, they will want something.
How about
Let's face it, a safe house or something like that really isn't a big deal for us.
You're basically promising to always be Harper friendly, essentially.
I mean, we're always going to be Harper friendly anyways. That's where we get our bloody missions and everything, isn't it?
Yeah, that's who you
The
work
merchants
for.
all them.
All right, okay. Oh, well, I won't kill them then.
I'll leave you for last.
They can watch.
Okay, so
So you wanted to know what the letter was, yeah?
roughly,
So
you
it's
don't, like I say,
basically
you
an
don't have to
outline.
write it word for word.
Yeah, so it's basically just going to outline what we've achieved here, what our standing is, and then basically say what we've just discussed, that we're looking for skilled and pioneer mindset people to come out and start rebuilding the land and the village. We need people that are going to be relatively self-sufficient, because while we have some funding, it's not going to stretch that far. And when we're able to, maybe we can take on further people, but to start with, we're going to need ones that are going to be able to do the work. And in return, we'll provide them with safe passage and a safe house, and we will make sure that this territory stays Harper friendly. We would also like them to approach merchants on our behalf and find some that are willing to travel in our general direction. And also maybe to find out information on if anyone's interested in transporting lumber, and which direction basically from us we should be sending the lumber. Who's got a need for lumber at the moment?
What about the hobgoblins? You don't let them know that we've got an arrangement with them.
Well, like I said, if we outline everything that we've achieved, I'm hoping that'll include things like the
deaths.
minutiae.
Because we don't know how they feel about the hobbies.
I don't think they care so long as they can get information. They're very neutral in all things, I think.
Can you ask them what their favourite sandwich is, please?
You gonna make us some?
So, have you? I'm assuming you can see that. I've written it in the Thornwatch text. You know, the player note we were looking at last time? I've written it in that. Just look at that, Silvara, make sure you're happy with it.
Well, not me. It's me that's penned it, but I would still read it out.
No, yeah, make sure you're happy with it, and then you can
Sure.
see if Cap's happy with it.
I think it's a smart idea for Cap to be like the boss, because he was.
Of course it is, because he's the one in charge.
Yeah, but then he's all like, "Let's vote on it. Let's, even if it's not the decision he would go for." He's like, "Well, I'm outnumbered in the vote. We'll go for it." I'm like, "This makes sense," because if that was me and you guys were all like, "Right, let's go for the Harpers," and you were like, "Right, mental, you've got the last vote. What would do?" And I'm like, "Fuck y'all, we're going to go Jalanthar, speak to them." I'd just do something completely opposite just to fucking throw you all off, just for the sake of it.
So, can I just quibble the last bit? So, rather than it saying, also there are not enough funds to maintain them straight away. So, rather it was along the lines of, also there are not enough funds to maintain them, so they should be self-sufficient. And the bit about the trade contacts that might want lumber, we're also looking for merchants with supplies to come to us that we can purchase them directly from.
So, okay, let's say that again then.
So we'd also be looking for caravans of merchants willing to come out as far as us, with general supplies that we can purchase from them in return for favourable contracts in the future as the roads get repaired.
So to bring goods out in return for like lumber contracts and stuff like that. Is that what we're
Well,
saying?
just in return for future contracts with them, because it might not be lumber in the future. It might be mineral wealth, or I don't know, something else that we achieve here. But just favourable contracts for the merchants in the future once the roads are repaired and everyone can get through. We'll look more favourably upon the ones that were willing to rough it to get to us at the beginning.
There you go then. If you're happy with that.
Yep.
Cap, you have the bond with the hawk, so you're the one who's actually going to have to send the message.
All right. Duct tape it to the bird. Don't get eaten. Don't get shot.
Give me, and you're not going to like this because it's your crappy stat, but give me a spirit roll.
No. Can I assist?
I got the ring on.
No. Yeah, you've got the ring. That's what allows you to do it at all.
All right.
Oh.
So, spirit.
Make caw noises.
That's a pass.
It ain't a fail. So.
No, that's a good one. So basically, you get the hawk, you attach the message to its leg, and it just looks at you quizzically, like it's wondering what's going on. And then you sense, you can feel a bond between you and the bird through the ring. In that you can almost sense its quizzicalness, for want of a better word, for whatever the correct word is. But so you picture what you want it to do in your mind, i.e., go to Everland. Yeah, because you know what you've met her, so you picture the Everland, you picture the safe house, you picture the spy master, and you get the sense that the hawk understands what you've asked it to do.
Okay.
And then it's a matter of just sending it off.
He says he ain't going nowhere until the Hobbit dances.
Okay. So you send the hawk off. You send the hawk away.
And I feel like I have a bond with the hawk because it did my dance thing. I accidentally did a meet and dance to it, but it'd be fine.
All right, so Kat, you send the hawk. You're going back down to the council chamber or down to speak to whoever you want to speak to, and within about 10 or 15 minutes, you actually feel a sensation from the ring, but it's like a lack of it. It's like there was something there, and it suddenly feels gone, like there's an empty space. It's very minor, it's very subtle, but and it doesn't feel off.
Steps. It don't feel bad or negative.
It doesn't. It just feels bad. It just
Like
feels
that.
vacant, like there's something missing.
Like he's out of range.
Like when you lose your phone, kind of
I
thing.
forgot myself.
Well, Silvara's just nailed it on the head. It's like it's out of range.
He's out of range.
It's like what?
It's out of range.
He's out of range.
Oh, out of range. That's what I say. I was going to take a few steps back and see if anything.
No, nothing
Hold it to your
changes.
head.
You still feel the
bird's out of
absence.
range. The bird's out of range. That's my birdie ring. Bird and bat.
The birdie's dead.
Now it only
It
took
takes me a second.
it only took about 5 or 10 minutes for you to feel the sensation, for you to notice it.
Okay. So I'll know when it's returning as well.
Yeah, in theory.
Theory's all we got. We're primates.
Yep. Well, I'm not going to tell you out loud. I'm going to not tell you outright as GM, but it does give you an indication of the sort of range this connection, this bond, has.
Oh, okay. So as the bird flies 10 to 20 minutes, how far is the ring? Give me a
So if
crystal
he's flying
ball.
about 30 miles an hour.
Is it
Big times distance times
what
time.
kind of sparrow It's an African spirit. All right. So okay, I guess we just wait for a reply and start cleaning up. The hobgoblins cleaned up their dead, so we got to get scrubbing.
Well,
these floors,
I mean, you can get. He can offer you some labour straight away to start putting the doorway to the dining room back together.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know what your apologies for. It was actually, remember, it was the hobgoblin war captain who did that to block you
Wait, but I
off.
thought it was because of my bomb. Okay, well, bombs didn't do that much damage. Then I'll take it back.
But I mean, you are in now because now you've cleared it. You're now got to tidy it up. You've also you've got to decide what are you doing with the hobgoblin dead.
We already talked to the general.
Oh, yes, you did.
Collect them and do
Wait,
the.
He
burial.
was able
That's
to
right.
take his dead and stuff like that, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Bring
that's
out
right.
your dirt.
So they were given funeral pyres. If left to the hobgoblins, they would have built pyres for them.
Yeah. Well, I would have just floated them down the river if we hadn't met the general.
Could I take some hobgoblins and go on a hunting party just to start getting some food, and we could dry the meats and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you're not gonna like this. We came to an agreement that you have to ride on one of their shoulders, so you're like Master Blaster.
But it looked ridiculous with me all 6'4" or a goblin.
That's right.
Sorry, couldn't resist.
That's like a good 12 foot. We're gonna scare tears away for miles.
Who controls Barter Town? That's what we named this place, Barter Town. All right. Yeah, so that's a good idea, actually, going out scouting, hunting, getting the feel of the land, finding some carrots.
And then we
Can
can
I
just start like drying some meat and stuff.
Yeah, we do need to inventory what was here, as far as food.
That sounds like the job for the treasurer.
Oh, that does, doesn't it? Yay. You get to count the coins. You get to sort the coins. Hop to it.
Darkbolt
Yeah,
can
okay.
help you with that, Kitty. Can help inventory the rations that you've got in the keep and stuff like that.
And I've got pressing matters in my bedchamber. The heaviest head that bears the tiara. See you guys later.
I'm sure Selvara was about to say something as well.
Well, I've got to spend 3 days cloistered in this shrine dedicated it to Helm. But
Right.
is it worth also having a look just to see if there's like a castle gardens essentially with like food being grown?
There isn't.
Okay.
But that middle courtyard.
Well, that was a quick search, wasn't it?
Well, there could still be a site within the castle. There usually would have been a site within the castle where they would be growing like basically a kitchen garden.
It would have been the
it
middle
might be a
bit.
starting one if there isn't one. Seeing if there's like a decent site for one to be grown.
The middle bit with the wee well that where I ran in singing.
The middle bit is not very big.
Apart from anything else, it's spring. We need to get seeds in the ground now, or we won't have any chance of growing stuff by autumn.
We'll maybe ask some of the hobgoblins to kind of till.
We also need seeds. Sorry, not to be negative Nancy or anything, but
So, the
Somebody's gonna-
General Rasgor, asked you, do you want him to provide some labour to start to set up a small plot, a growing plot next to or near the keep?
where would the hobgoblins get seed from? Just from raiding, or
No, he tells you that if they're he tells you they are mostly foragers, but like I say, they do occasionally do some what's called subsistence farming. They're not great at it, but they do they generally what they do is they collect wild foods like tubers and onions and so on, collect them in large numbers, and then plant them in small plots so that they've got easy access to them.
Can he spare us some men to go foraging? Like some of his scouts, maybe?
Yeah, he can, and he can also provide. Again, the more soldiers you have doing stuff like that, the less you have as actual guards. But yeah, he can do that. He can provide a couple of men to look at doing some sort of a kitchen garden for you. And he also says, do you want to address, before he starts making any major plans for the encampment, do you want him to move it?
I think it would be wise, but it's up to you guys.
I think to the north would be better. Makes more sense.
I think it would also give them some freedom.
The general's only concern is this is the main path into the keep, which is protected at the north at the moment by heavy ridges, wooded ridges, and so on. It's got some natural protection. The road coming in doesn't have any protection, and that's why he put his base there. But he said if you're willing to fund it, he can move the encampment, and they can just change that to in the future, change it to a watchtower or something like that.
A guard post.
Yeah,
of some sort.
Or
I
a
was going
guard
to say
post. Yeah.
we'll still have like guard duties down there.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe
this is
down
going to take
Yeah.
this is going to take the majority of his people a couple of days at least to start building the earthworks, and then it's going to be another week or two before he's got cabins built that they can efficiently use as barracks and so on. So you're just going to have to remember you're going to be working on he's going to be working with a skeleton force until he's got the earthworks up and running.
Well, we're literally here, so anything comes, we'll be at the front of it anyway. Anyway, like I said, I'm off down the cellar for 3 days. See you guys later.
And like I say, that's the most pressing stuff right now. We do need to decide where we're gonna put the people that come for them to build. Are we going to keep them at the old Thorndale, or are we gonna build up around the area where we're at?
But well, like I said, you can try to put the village anywhere, but the
Foundations are there.
yeah, but the stone foundations are already there in Thornvale.
And it's already grown up, so they got some timber that they can clearing that they can do.
I'm happy with where it is. I mean, I'm assuming we'd need to clear down all those trees if we were going to move it somewhere a bit closer. We don't want it right out the front.
Well, we do want the gardens close to keep to, so we do want some people working the fields across on our side, and that big field off to the right.
And we could build like a barracks or something.
I mean, it whatever, but that's already cleared land good for farming. It's convenient. So it don't matter to me as long as I got fresh sandwiches every day. Then when I get to be a tyrant, I'll need a food taster. But
Wants a food
somebody
taster.
likes food. Food taster. This tastes like, this smell funny to you? So, may you eat it then. All right, so business is pretty much take care of as much as we can do today. We're just waiting on the haul. We said it'd take about half a day. And maybe more depending on whether they tell us to get that or not.
Yeah, because what, half a day there, maybe a day to do some bargaining, and then half a day back. So you're talking like 2-3 days, anyways, before the bird comes back, at least, depending on how long they take to.
Right.
And Silvara's downstairs for 3 days.
I'm away hunting, like away killing shit. I'm happy.
We've checked the entirety of this place, right?
About what?
We've checked the entirety of the keep,
Uh,
looking for secret rooms, you know, stashes, and all that.
Well,
stuff.
I mean, Darkbolt can help you with that as well, and you can also, because you can get a proper evaluation. It's going to take you a couple of days, Kitty, but you can count all the coins so you know exactly how much is in the treasury. You can have a look at anything of value around the keep that could become part of the treasury if you needed cash from it, and so on.
Right.
You're good at evaluating that, and Darkbolt knows the keep.
Right, and also we got to talk to the general about how we so easily overtook the keep. It wasn't like we didn't have to storm it. We just literally hopped the fence or crawled in a window. Right. So
yeah, we
gotta-
basically went back around the north. I think that's where
Right.
we're. Yeah. I think that's
Crawled in the
definitely
window
where we
that
should
way.
be putting the goblin camp on the north.
Well,
So use
again, he discusses with you that for some reason, the north side of the keep doesn't have battlements. There's no way to patrol or to keep watch from that side. So
right.
his
Well,
suggestion
we
would
just-
be to build a curtain wall, at least on the north side of the keep. It's got battlements on the south side, east side, and the west side. Although the west side is partially obscured by the stables. So, and he's not
Well, I
saying
mean, the
build it
stables
out
is
unless you want killing zone. You don't need a large gap between them, but you could put a fresh battlemented wall on the north side, definitely, and possibly on the west side as well.
Right, well, that's what I'm saying, the stables is the weak spot. As far as siege or entry comes and goes.
So, well, they're not the hobgoblins are just not good at stonemasonry.
Tactics.
So
Oh, yeah,
tactically,
that's what I'm
he'd know how to assault it, but he doesn't know how it should be built. He can make suggestions.
Right,
He's
well,
happy to.
That's fine. No, that's what I'm saying is it's fine, because if he's gonna be in charge of security when we do get the people here to build it, he'll know how we storm the castle and how to defend against it, right? And that's like if we get the dwarfies, like people stonemasons, he'll know how to direct them to take care of that security gap,
Yeah.
as it were. 'Cause I'm just a poor ranger who can't even read the room.
I've updated the map. I'm just just so you know, I've paid for a subscription to Incarnate so that I could design these
Oh,
maps
I love Incarnate.
properly.
I made a bunch of maps on that.
So
I don't know what that means. You're gonna have to explain it to me.
it's a
It's just a map
website that
making-
that allows you to make maps, to build maps.
Mm.
But you have to pay for the pro version, which I did.
It's worth it though. Even just the free one's fun for just playing around in, but the paid one's really good.
So it's what the domain of Thornwatch. That was done with Incarnate.
Oh,
Data folder. Gonna wipe the map for a second.
White.
Should be back again. Updated for you the map.
Yep.
So you should see the
And
hobgoblin
then
camp to the right now.
now they've got a wee grassed area as well. They can
Yeah,
plant
he
their own
selected.
flowers.
He selects for the. Well, he hasn't built this yet, but he tells you he did. He has already scouted some flat land to the east of the keep that they can use for farmland as well. Each of these hexes, can you see the red hexes on the map?
Yeah.
Okay, the bridge isn't to scale, but each hex is roughly half a mile.
Okay.
That's so frustrating. I can't send you any of the maps that I've already done because I'm not a pro member anymore.
So, the flatland, I mean, it is about a mile, it's about half a mile away. That's not long. It's not going to take him long to send people here in a hurry, and he'd have troops here anyway at the keep. And it puts the. Was it half a mile? I think I might have just set it to a quarter because that's quite a large domain as far as medieval domains are concerned. Yeah, so it's a quarter of a mile. Each hex is a
Guys, I
quarter
just need a
mile.
map.
Okay. So each hex is a quarter mile, which means your entire domain cap at the moment is about 5 miles across from left to right, 5 or 6 miles.
Nice.
1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'd even come up with my own made-up fantasy measurement for it as well.
What's that?
Because, well, old farmsteads were measured in what's called rods and poles, because they used to take a physical rod or a pole and they'd lay that down so many times, and that would decide how big, like a farm plot was for a freeman who was allowed to plant, food
Right.
on behalf of the baron or whatever. So I thought, right, well, I've made up this hex. It's a quarter mile, but just to keep it medieval sounding, I've called it a staff. So you've got rods are used for measuring out like the size of houses, and a staff is for measuring the hexes on the map.
So it's a good staff away from Thornwatch Keep to Hobgoblin Camp.
Yeah, or it's like 5 staves to Thornvale. But miles would also be used as well, and so would leagues. But leagues are the next set because a league is 3 miles.
Leagues are more like water, though, innit?
No,
We
no,
use the
not,
river.
not in medieval times. They were used as overland as well. That's why 20,000 leagues under the sea never made any sense. Because 20,000 leagues is 60,000 miles, and the Earth isn't that wide.
That'll piss you off.
Yeah. So if you went
Yeah,
20,000,
you
if you went
years.
20,000 leagues under the sea, you'd come out the other end and end up in space.
You went to the cinema one day and complained, didn't you?
I never did,
Well,
but
after
it's it
buying
has.
your ticket, you were like, right, for one.
And I'm just getting AI to do a quick calculation for me. Okay, Cap, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
This will probably make more sense to you for your brain. But so this entire land area on this map is roughly 26,000 acres.
Aha. Let's see. That's a lot. 26,000?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge.
So and each hex, which is a I think I worked it out at 36 acres per hex or something like that. Just getting it to recalculate.
Sorry
26.
about that.
So each hex is roughly 26 acres,
Yeah.
and
so
this
that's,
is called a stave or a staff. So it means
Yeah,
that if
that's-
you decide to, subplot your land at some point, you can do it per
Mhm.
stave.
Right. And that's roughly Jefferson National Forest, right about there.
26. So each hex is 26 acres, and the whole thing is roughly 26,000 acres, 26,300. That's your plot. That's what the lordship owns. The manor. That's the size of the manor.
Lady of the house.
Okay, a residence. So, and you can see I've moved the hobgoblin camp as well.
Lord of all I survey and a little bit more, because that's a lot of acreage. And there's
Everything
hills.
that light touches.
Just making some pins shareable, just so that you can access them if you want. Here we go. Because we can start building details out of these as we go.
What do I have to? What was I going to do? Do I need to roll dark side? Is it? That was no.
At the moment, you're just dedicating time to
Oh.
going through the treasury and so on.
Oh,
So
right.
it is late afternoon into early evening, Cat, when the sensation that something was missing comes back. You sense
I'm
it
just
through
gonna
the
hold
ring.
my finger out and let the little birdie land.
Well, you
on
finger
the
out where? Sorry?
finger. He steals the ring, punches me in the face, and takes up.
That little blue pill's working, I see.
I snorted.
Hobgoblin showed me a few tricks.
A bunch of hobgoblins around with glass pipes. What are you looking at?
Because I can't read, but I can stick and move.
Get high. So I feel the sensation, and I'll do a little timer in my head to see, because I'm bored. I'm not really in character. Nothing to do. It's a problem. When you trade your
You could
Your
go
abilities
foraging.
for-
You're a ranger. You could go foraging.
that is a great idea, but what would happen if something happened to me? This whole place would collapse. You guys would be lost.
No,
Well-
you've already said that if something happens to you, it gets passed on to us. So if something accidentally happens to you,
So
You've been
yeah,
set-
see,
Been set on fire, then
I know
doused,
it.
then rescued. So
I know a conspiracy when I make one up.
look. So far, funny things happen when you go off and travel on your own.
We got
We'll
you
not
back.
talk about the troll incident.
Yeah.
But I heard you had a good time.
Yeah, I live by that song, the Teddy Bear's Picnic. If you go
No.
get woods at night, good enough, good enough.
If you go down to the woods today.
There you go. You'll be singing that in about 5 hours in your head. You'll
I
be
was
like,
going to say that's going to
damn
be
you,
in my
Cap.
head.
Ah, but
2
you know
a.m.
what has happened? I work with kids all day. Stupid songs get stuck in my head all the fucking time. Half the time they're not even songs. They're just repeat sentences that they continue to say. And I'm like, will you shut the fuck up?
Oh, my current one's Paw Patrol. But I can only remember like the first 2 bars of it, so it's just that over and over and over again.
Yeah, same. Earworm.
When they were young, like especially the youngest, just used to sing constantly. What's the story, Balamory? Wouldn't you like to know? But didn't know any of the other words, so she just sang that over and over again. And it was because every time we went to Wales, we'd go through these little towns with all the multicoloured houses, and as soon as you did that,
look a bit like
yeah, as soon as you drive through them, she would be, she would sing the song. What's the story, Balamory? Wouldn't you like to know?
Wouldn't you like to know? Well, come on, see our story. Wouldn't you like to know? I
Like-
love Balamory.
Yeah.
It's Rill has them all as well in Wales.
Yeah.
All the houses.
We used to joke in Birmingham. We used to joke that if you're unemployed in Birmingham, you might as well move to Rill.
What
Yeah.
you can sit in the wee huts.
It was like, if you're going to be out of work, why not do it by the beach? And Rill was always the place that out of work Brummies ended up.
Do you know, now you're saying that, I'm like, every time I've been to Rill, I'm thinking,
Loads of black
Yeah,
country in Birmingham people.
a good like 70% of them weren't even Welsh. And now I'm clicking on the accent and I'm like, yeah, they're freaking Brummies.
Yeah,
Why
all
didn't I
Brummies
notice
go to
that
Rill.
before? I just thought they were really drunk Welshmen.
It's basically, it's a good job Kitty got a job in the pub, otherwise she'd have ended up in Rill. It's inevitable.
No.
It's inevitable.
So anyway, yeah. So you sense the return of the hawk, basically. Return of the hawk.
Well, I tried to tell you so.
And there is a message attached, a new message attached to its leg, which you take off and have no idea what it says.
You
Does he
got a
pass it?
DoorDash order. It's in some other language. All right, take it to somebody who can read. Oh, can Darkbolt read? Well, that's
It
right,
can.
yeah.
So at the moment, Darkbolt is hunting around to keep for anything of value with your treasurer, and counting the gold coins kept in the treasury. And Silvara is down in the shrine praying.
And she's
Praying at the moment, Silvara
General.
responds to you just repeating doctrine over and over while you tidy the place up, because that's step one.
Okay, I'll just go find Darkbolt and interrupt him because I don't want to make a god mad at me.
I am your god.
Yeah. So Garant comes and finds you,
My God.
Kaelin, and then ignores you
very
completely and says to Darkbolt, "What's this say?"
He's my new robot best buddy.
Yeah, I've put it in the Thornwatch thing for you.
He's
He's a scanner.
Very
naughty
boy.
You slide it in the slot in his belly and he gives you copies.
You're right, horny.
It was whoever just did that. I didn't expect it. I've got fucking herbal tea up my nose.
Oh, no.
You're right.
Yeah, Monty Python. I just heard Monty Python in my ear really quickly, and it took me.
He's a very naughty boy.
Very naughty boy. And it nearly made me piss myself, but I snorted tea instead. Sorry.
Good.
Probably the lesser
You're
of
having
two.
a day. Get stabbed in the eye with a beer ring.
So
snorting
the
tea.
reply from the spy master is message received. I'll work on this on your behalf with a favour to be owed to the Harpers. Owed to the Harpers to be decided at a future date. Please send your hawk back tomorrow and wait for Evelyn's reply. And then it's signed Sereth Valmora.
See, I
Ballamore.
knew dealing with the harbors that nothing comes for free. Get
Well,
the
we knew
dungeon
it
ready,
was gonna
Deadbolt.
rain.
Get the dungeon ready, Deadbolt. We get anyone
Headbolt. His
favorite,
name's
they're gonna get
Darkbolt,
a favorite.
but that's
Yeah.
his name's taken a dark turn.
I love how everybody so far has called him something completely and utterly different than what his actual name is, apart from Silvara. We've had Deathbolt, Darkbolt, Deadbolt,
Deadbolt.
You know, Deadbolt.
and I'm
We're,
calling him the entity guy.
we're decorating my Chevy Trailblazer. It's red. We're putting the Deadpool eyes and stuff on the front, and putting Dead Inside Pool on the windshield.
That's so cool.
Wow.
It's better than the ones we get in the UK. It's like me bitch.
So
You can't leave
On
me
your
alone with
job.
the vinyl plotter.
it is. Where is it? There's my calendar. It is now. You wake up on the 2nd of Tarsak. You spent the afternoon yesterday hunting. Hormental came back with with 2 other hobgoblin scouts who don't speak much in the way of common, but they actually just follow your lead, and both of them are fairly skilled archers.
We had
So
a
you
grand
take-
time.
Yeah. So and you come back with a couple a haunches of deer and some various rabbits and things like that, and a handful of like mushrooms and things like that you spotted while you were out.
Great.
Mm.
And you put them in the pantry and start salting them and preserving them
Drying
and so
them
on.
and-
Yeah, that sort of thing. So you take care of that. So that was your afternoon yesterday. It's the morning of the following day. Cap, were you sending the hawk straight back, or were you going to send it this morning?
We're sending like as instructed. They said send it in the morning, right?
Yeah, correct. So
Okay, get her to do the follow-up note.
all right, you're going to have to give me another spirit roll, but I'm going to give you a +2 because you've had it go to the same place once already.
All right. Spirit.
Ooh,
Feel
I
this-
feel the spirit. Yeah, girl.
Well, the
Feel
+2 is
the
enough to
rhythm,
make it a 4. So yeah, so you basically instruct the hawk to go back to the same place and await further instructions.
Go there.
And then return when it's given another message. So and it sets off, and again after about 10 minutes, you sense it gone through the ring or out of range. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So bright and early, Selvara, you head down to the chapel to start the second day of preparations.
Going to the chapel, Silvara.
Not go.
Kitty, you're still doing an inventory. Now you've.
One for me, one for you. One for me, one for you.
The problem
See, I
is,
told you this is why we did
yeah, but it's also easy to spot because she just walks around the keep clanking, and you go,
really
what,
heavy
what you
trousers
could,
that
yeah.
keep falling down.
Just got bigger balls than all of you, that's all.
Clank, clank. The metal.
Ah,
I'm golden to me.
golden balls.
Are you including your party treasures in the treasury?
Yes, because I think we've still got some stuff that we didn't.
Because you had got quite a bit of jewellery, haven't you, which has got value.
Yeah. To be fair, I've got a lot on me as well. Are we going to have like a separate thing, like the part, or are we just putting it in party storage?
I can.
So,
We
like,
can put it. Yeah, we can put it in party storage, and I'll put the currency in there and things like that as well.
Yeah, cool. Sorry, I've got like a lot of stuff on me. So, I mean,
So-
just a few.
Yeah, one or two trinkets.
One or
Honest,
two.
honest governor. So, okay, so you're still sorting that out. You've also got the challenge of now recounting all the coin in the treasure room itself as well. So that's going to take you most of the day. Again, Darkbolt's there to assist you. So you basically set up camp in there and start piling it all into tens and things like that, so you can count it properly.
Count me shekels.
And so
I mean,
it's gold, silver, and platinum mixed. So you have to separate it out, and you're basically playing with coins all day.
Sounds
Tammy and Garant, what are you doing with the 2nd of Tarsak? With your day?
I think I will, if we've got food and everything for today, I think I might go out the front and start trying to build help build watchtowers.
You haven't got the material. You haven't got the materials and stuff like that, and
you can survey it out,
yeah,
right?
but you can certainly
cut down a bunch of trees.
you could, but it's a martial axe. It would actually blunt it quite quickly. It's not designed for it.
Oh, but it's magical.
It is absolutely, which is why it's a waste. But you are very good at using an axe. So if you find an axe or make a fire like a wood axe or something like that.
Right,
But again,
so
you're not. But you have no real skill in chopping trees down. All you've got is brute strength and an axe.
But that's all we need to start with. I don't need skill in building something. I just need to, because there's trees and stuff right at the front there, isn't
but
there?
you do need skill in not dropping it on your own head.
Yeah, I'll be alright. As long as there's no piercings anywhere near.
Frenzy and then get through the entire forest in 5 minutes flat.
you'll be grand.
Just go berserk on
me. Somebody punch me and we can see what I can do. I don't know what I can. Anybody any ideas?
Well, we're feeding what 40 odd people. I'm gonna guess whatever you caught yesterday, we're gonna get through quite quick.
Wait a minute, where the fuck's the 40 odd people gone?
You've got all the hobgoblins as well. 80.
No, the hobgoblins, I thought they were like self-sustainable. Just
oh, sorry.
They were
no, it says there's roughly 50 hobgoblins.
Okay, well we're using the hobgoblins to do stuff for us. So how are they going to be self-sustaining?
Because they said they would. The stuff that I was getting yesterday we're storing basically. I can go back out and get more, but what I'm saying is the stuff we got yesterday was to dry the meat so that we've got starting to get stores and things.
Yeah, you might be on that for a few weeks, I think, before we have any kind of like stuff that we could actually consider keeping through the winter.
Well, I'll go back out then. But at least I'll go back out and start hunting again and everything.
Yeah, you can.
Again,
and you're also
and meat and everything. And
while you're hunting though,
and stuff time
you're also going to be getting used to the land around the keep as well.
Yeah.
So,
and we'll just dry the meat and everything to start making some backlog of stuff that we can give to people when they need it and everything.
Is the Lord going with you?
No, I think I've just got 2 hobgoblins with me, 2 archers, I think.
Right. I'm gonna go walk the battlements and check a survey of land, see where one thing is laid out. When it's time.
Are you wanting to come with us then, and then you can do some foraging at the same time? Because as a ranger, you'll know what.
I'm supposed to know. It doesn't guarantee I know. You know.
But then you could also say we could do 2 birds in one stone, can't you? Get used to the lay of land, but also come foraging while we're shooting and the rest of it.
I'll do that.
double the amount of stuff, can't we?
Yeah. Do that.
Should we tell the Tin Man that we're gone then?
Hmm.
And he can watch the bit.
So, what? So you're going out as well, Garant? Because obviously you're a woodsman, so you know the deal. Is that a
You
yes?
should show me
So
where you
Cap,
had your first frolic.
so Garant and Tammy are off with the two hobgoblin scouts from yesterday to do scouty hunty things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Scavengy, scouty stuff.
You can both give me survival rolls then. Selvara, I need a faith roll off you, please.
Faith roll.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I survived good.
Okay, I'm currently
Benny.
holding my. Sorry. I'm currently holding my holy symbol.
This isn't part of the consecration yet. You haven't got that bit, so I'm not. You're not pre-aware of needing this roll, so you're not using your holy symbol at the moment.
Yeah, but if I'm blessing a thing, I'd be holding.
You're not
mine.
blessing a thing. Just make the roll.
Well, I still got 6, so.
You did. You are. You're cleaning. You've removed like the broken emblems of Maliki and Shaunti. Tidied up the pews, basically brushed around and stuff. So you've tidied the room up. You did that yesterday. You're now in the process of building and carving the symbol of Helm to be used in the shrine. You've got all the magical consecration stuff to do the following day. Okay, but while you're working, and you're letting your faith. You're not using art so much as you're letting your faith guide you when chiseling out this flat piece of stone with the symbol of Helm. But you suddenly get a tingle in your right hand, like pins and needles, but it's really intense. So you stop doing what you're singing, and you yeah, almost. And you're flexing your hand. Sorry, left hand. You're right. It's left hand, not right hand. You're flexing your hand, and as you look at it, you see light running. Your veins are all suddenly lit up from inside by light, and it lasts for a fraction of a second, and then it's gone. And then the pins and needles sensation just fades.
Pins and pedals.
Nins and pedals.
Alright, I immediately shout, Tammy, what did you put in my drink last night?
She's out. She's out of the forest.
I know.
She's out hunting.
I'm well aware. I'm in the cellar,
You're
so
in
you
the
can hear me
Yeah, you're in the basement.
Hee 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 hee.
Yep. That happens. Cap, have you given me a survival roll?
Yes, sir.
That was a thing that happened to me today.
Hmm.
It doesn't take up a lot of your day, that event, Selvara, but it's a little odd. Okay. Not only do you come back with plenty of meat again and tubers and things like that, quite a good haul,
Yeah.
but both of you have started to see regularly used game trails and things like that. There's a lot of the forests to the north, especially, and along the ridgeline and into the valley beyond, heavy in animal track and spore and and you're seeing everything from deers to rabbits to wild. You even come across wild cat prints at some point.
Pretty.
Yeah,
A pelt
and-
would be worthwhile selling.
and loads of birds as well. But I mean, it's chocker with wildlife.
Mm.
You gonna go for a show or is it okay?
It's at the end of day 2.
It is?
Did we hear back from the Harpers?
No, not yet. Okay. Yeah, so that's the end of day 2. Razkor, Cap, Raz, when you come back to the keep, Razkor sends one of his hobgoblin soldiers, one who can just about speak some common. He comes and reports to you that there are guards now stationed around the keep again, and patrols have been worked out, and the scouts have started patrolling the lands, around the keep.
Nice.
All right. Well done, and we do appreciate it. Anything we can do for you guys?
The hobgoblin looks confused at you, like he wasn't expecting questions.
Well,
Oh, he didn't know how to respond.
right, the niceness. Well, just let me know if there's anything we can do for you. We
He
appreciate your
gives off
assistance.
a crisp salute, a hobgoblin salute. I don't know what a hobgoblin salute is. Maybe it's the no. I'm thinking it's probably more because they're very much. It's probably more thumping their chest or something like that. Yeah.
The Michael Jackson crotch grab.
You keep doing that when Hormental's drinking.
Sorry. And then puts his bills and walks off.
And then he moonwalks back to his post.
Yeah, the crotch grab and the yeah. So no, it's going to be more. I'm guessing like the Roman style, like fist salute, fist to the chest. Yeah. So, and then he goes back to his guard position, which is next to you. He just stays in the same room with you, next to the door.
Awkward.
So excellent. We got trolls, and everybody be nice to hobgoblins. They don't know what to think. They might get used to it. You know?
Yeah, I don't think it's so much that as it is like the Queen asking one of her guards, like, "Do you need anything?" They're gonna say no. You need to talk directly to Razgor to find out what they need.
But I'm not a king.
No, you're
Only
not.
one king.
But you're still their
Elves.
lord.
I'll go.
And then they also barely speak common, so you need to speak to the one that A knows what resources they need or what they're wanting for, and B can actually speak the same language as you.
I'll go
Oh.
take like a leg of deer over to the hobgoblin dude and
Where's the
ask him
rest
if he
of it?
wants. I fucking ate it. You can have a leg.
Okay.
He salutes you.
Yeah.
With a leg.
Oh, we're now into the third day of Tarsak. And the morning rises. Now is the critical time, Silvara. Today you can't be disturbed because now you're consecrating the ground and dedicating it to Helm.
It's now my
Right,
turn.
tell the others to fuck off. I'm gonna be busy.
Yeah.
Oh, so no sandwiches today then.
So, so on the Kitty, you've done an inventory of the treasury. In just going to put this into the party storage area. So that's in there. You can't see the party storage, can you? I have to maintain it for you. Is that right? Can you see it or not? I can't remember. I
I can
don't
see
think
the.
you've got.
We've got
We
stuff
can't
in
open
the
it,
party,
so
but we can't. Yeah, nothing comes up for clicking party storage.
I think you
Okay.
probably have to put it into the party sheet under loot or something. Or other.
Oh yeah, you're right. 'Cause if you can't access party storage, I think I'm going to have to make a new note, aren't I, to keep it under
Yeah.
a new player note.
But yeah, the party sheet would work. Notes from GM.
What do you mean? Oh, the party sheet.
Under other. Yeah, on the party sheet, under other, there's a notes from GM section
Party sheet.
next to our party allies.
Oh yes, notes from GM. Okay. Let me delete those. It was actually more than you first assessed, because you find underneath the piles of coins more coins. It's like quite it's a bigger pile than you thought, essentially. So in notes from GM party.
Party foo.
Party
Is
funds.
that a new type of martial arts?
Yeah.
Everyone was party foo fighting.
Oh, shot.
Oh ho ho ho!
I think I had a parcel created for it. Treasury. Start. So. Oh, well, list. I can't remember how much of these you'd put in your inventory separately, Kitty. So might need to move them.
Okay.
And then obviously any other, unless you're keeping a trinket for yourself that you're actually going to carry on you. Anything else you're going to move into the treasury for safeguarding. Remember, it's hidden behind the secret door that can only be accessed by Garant or Darkbolt. So it's a very secure location to keep jewellery.
That bolt working is a bit of a dead bolt there then.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
bolt goes in there when we're all sleeping, tries on your jewelry, stands in front of the mirror. I'm so cute. But it's okay. We all have our jam.
And this is assuming one of you doesn't take it out and wear it because you want to look more lordly or whatever. So
We're all getting pissed and going in the treasury to have a
But,
costume change.
like, can you see that in the party notes? Can you all see that?
Yeah.
And that's not including any of your own personal funds you add into it for safekeeping or as part of the treasury, because you've got your own coins, haven't you? Which you've all got track of. You keep track of your own funds.
Right.
So can't see any of those items in your inventory, Kitty. So you don't have to But any jewellery you're going to move, you need to let me know so I can put it in the GM notes for you.
Probably a lot.
It's going to be weighing you
receive
down as well, because you are carrying quite a bit of gold and gems.
There's just a few things.
Once we receive word back from the Harpers, we should probably, the next priority should be restoration of the road. At least upgrading it to kind of like a track rather
That's a
than just wilderness.
lot of work. Frustration.
It is, but like I said, even if it's just upgrading it to back to a track rather than just wilderness,
We're going to need it if we want trade routes, though.
right?
Right. But
If everyone
I mean,
coming in, coming out, all of our goods. If we don't have a route to the village, then we won't be able to bring in supplies.
right, but where do you start it? Where do you end it? You know what I mean?
It needs
It's
to
like,
link up to another road. Once it gets to another road, then we're all right. But it just needs to be run west at the moment until we
right,
hit another
okay,
road.
so yeah, but we only have a handful of less than 30 hobgoblins and 5
Yeah,
of us.
and I'm not suggesting we're using our hobgobs for it. I said that should be our next priority. We could hire people from another city to come
Right.
out and start bushwhacking for us.
Well, like I say, you're in charge of the treasury, so.
No,
And
no,
then-
I'm not the
and-
treasurer.
Oh, that's right. Well, get on the treasurer's ass. It's like that joke about the kid and the electricians.
My lord, I am merely an advisor.
Yes, I mean, we also gotta get the bridge fixed, but planning the layout and stuff where we're gonna sit, because we could get hit with hundreds of people in one day. You know, because we'll be prepared for that.
That's true.
So
Right, so we're using the hobgobs to improve our fortification and our security. But like I said, we need to hire some like people to come bushwhack for us. Just a decent sized track
all
coming
right,
through the forest to where we're at.
yeah, do you want to send the Hulk out to one of the towns?
We haven't got a
Hulk's
hawk at
already
the moment.
gone, isn't it?
Right, I mean, okay.
So let's wait till we
When
hear
the
back
Hulk
from the
gets back.
Harpers. Let's wait till we hear back from the Harpers, but I think that should be top of our to-do list after we find out what's happening with them.
All right.
That's the party sheet updated. I'm just going to delete that from the party storage because we don't need that. That down. So yes, so that's the third. So Selvara, we know what you're doing. Kitty, you finished inventorying what was in the treasury. You're now actually going around the keep to see if there's anything else of value, like trinkets, jewelry, you know. And it depends how aggressive you want to be. Are you going to include things like silverware, which has a value but is potentially still going to be used? Or are you just looking for purely non-functional stuff that has value?
We're going non-functional for now.
Give me a thievery roll, because you use that for assessing. 6. That's a pass. I'll keep that in mind. Okay. So that's what you're doing for the day. Garant, Selvara is locked away in the chapel and is now doing the actual consecration ceremony. What's Garant and Tammy doing? On the
Can
third?
I please make some traps, even if it's just for hares or smaller animals? I don't know if I can get some like rope and make some wooden boxes or something, just some quite primitive traps. But instead of going out hunting, if we are seeing animal tracks and everything, if I can start setting some traps, then instead of going out hunting, half the time to go and check these traps.
Well, with rope and with twigs, access to twigs and things like that, you can make rodent traps. But you're also pretty skilled at doing. You could do deer traps. You could do
I
traps
just
for
wasn't
larger
sure what
game.
was available. Yeah, could do like a mix, maybe a bit of a mix. And then I suppose I'd be doing that first thing in the morning, and then by lunchtime.
It's going to take you
going
most of
out
the day
and
because you've also got the travel as well, and picking locations
then
and building them.
by lunchtime, then I'll be going out and actually setting them and stuff, if that's okay.
Okay. Cap, what are you doing?
Basically, I mean, the thing is trying to come up with a priority list on like the roads, like you mentioned.
Are you going like scouting the roads?
No, I mean, it's like, think Game of Thrones is a big, table map. Going, okay, we need to, if the first set of refugees, we're gonna be putting in the housing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The old village. Well, we do have to clear a path to them there, but hey, no free rides. You know what I mean? If they're coming first, they're probably not gonna be bringing heavy carts and that kind of stuff. They're probably gonna be mostly on foot. They're refugees, not royalties. So trying to figure out the logistics behind that. Seeing when they first get here, we're gonna need liaisons from them to us. So we'll have to have them pick somebody, get them squared away with their gardening. They're gonna have to do split days or split forces between clearing the roads, making themselves a place to live, setting up their food supply, that kind of stuff. Because I'm not, this ain't America, I'm not giving them everything forever. So just trying to plan all that out while waiting on an answer.
We should also prioritize after getting people in to do the roads. We should probably be prioritizing setting up a rudimentary dock. It doesn't have to be pretty, but just something that any merchants want to come upriver have got somewhere to moor.
Before you do any kind of works on the road or the rivers, the river, it needs scouting first by someone with wilderness skills.
Good news.
At least me. All right, we can do that as well because I mean, it don't take long to plan things.
All right, it's going to take you about a day to scout the road and about the same to scout the river. So which one are you doing first?
I'll do the road first.
So, Kat,
and
you
then
can
I'll
give
stand by Huh?
you can give me a survival roll.
Yes, sir.
That's going to be a fail. Did you want to Benny it?
I'm not
Or you
banning it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is why they have people doing this stuff for.
The pass.
No,
Okay.
We should have kidnapped some of those people from the last village we were at. Blamed it on the villain.
Okay. So we've got Kitty checking out the keep for anything of value that isn't useful in some way. You're scouting out the roads. Tammy's doing her trapping. Silvara's doing her stuff. I'll want a faith roll off you then, Silvara, as well, and you can use your +2
I was
holy
going to
symbol
say
bonus.
I should have my +2 this time around, surely.
A fumble.
A fumble. I'll be Bennying that then.
You can't Benny a fumble.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
What did I invite in?
Fuck.
Doesn't really apply. So how am I going to associate? Okay. Let me have a look.
I get Helm's answering machine.
We're sorry, we cannot take your prayer right
I was
now.
about to say, or is it a more of a boo boo boo? I'm sorry, the number you have called.
The god you have tried to reach is unavailable right now.
Please leave a message after the tone. Beep.
Oh.
All right. So you finish consecrating the shrine,
Uh-huh.
and and finish by blessing the symbol of Helm.
Which immediately explodes, yeah.
Which appears to complete successfully. Well done.
Oh,
Oh.
good. I love
But
a consequence that won't hit until later. Hey guys, I did it! I'm like 100% sure everything's fine.
I'm at least a good 10% sure that everything has gone perfectly fine and it won't bite us in the ass.
I am sure I would be mightily confident that everything went perfectly. Hey Tammy, come check it out.
Fuck that.
Okay.
I could just imagine you like getting a bit of sandwich on a string at the top of the stairs and like pulling it down slowly so that I follow it, so that I go in.
Tammy,
Just
come
to
look at it.
check it.
Tammy, this way.
Sandwich. There's a sandwich. I'm like, ooh, there's a sandwich. Piece of sandwich. Piece of sandwich.
I know where you're going.
Piece of
James
sandwich.
James Woods. James Woods.
It's still good.
I love James Woods.
Sandwich looks like the Simpsons hoagie. It's still good.
Huge.
Okay. It is. Cat, you come back from surveying the road. You've got about 15 miles of road between you and the Roving River. Okay. Technically, you're only responsible for about. Hang on. For about 5 miles of it. Okay.
Okay.
But if you want people to use the road, because there aren't any other villages on it, you might need to do the whole lot. Do you know what I mean?
No, well, you mean me? Dirty peasants get to work. Here's that.
You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, you've got about 5 miles of road between Thornwatch Keep and it when it leaves your domain. But there's about another 10 miles of road, which is in the same condition after it's left your land, but before it reaches the Roving River, where it becomes maintained again. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Duly noted.
Yeah.
And
So
tomorrow we'll do the river.
now, apart from that, the fact that you've got about 15 miles of road, technically, that would need repairing, most of it is in fairly good order. It's overgrown, and there's one or two fallen trees, but in parts there are chunks of it that's actually still in fairly good condition where it goes through clearings or whatever. Okay, especially as it gets further away from your domain, it becomes less forested. All right, so it's easier to clear and that stuff. However, just on the edge of your domain, to the northwest, you find an area of where the road passes very close to a peat bog, and the road there is basically sunken and would need more work to turn back into a road.
Okay.
Or we could reroute it.
Yeah. So that's your
Swamp
option.
critters out here.
So
All right.
it's not swampy as such. It's not dank. It's not filled with flies and stuff. It's peat rather than settled, the stagnant water.
All right.
And it's on. If you have a look on your map, you see to the far left of Thornwatch, there's a big sort of bend in the river.
Mhm.
That area where the river bends is low ground, it's very low lying. So and that's all got peat. It's a peat bog there. Now you've got a couple of options with this. One,
Yeah, peat bog is good to have. Though.
yeah, exactly. So what you have done is found a resource on the map.
Right. So
Just beyond
can
the
we get a
river.
marker on that?
You can. I'm just going to set one up now for you.
You're the best, man. I don't care what to say about you in the other DM groups.
My locations. There it is. So there and share it.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're a peach.
By others on. You won't know you won't be able to even see these at the moment. I'm just adding them on so I know where they are. Cheating by watching the stream.
We're all cheating. Okay, I'm going to real quick. Get my heading meds. All right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm looking at earrings, I'm gonna be honest.
Earrings. Don't you think you've done enough
Yeah.
damage to yourself?
No, because now that I've done the damage in like a week or two, well, it says like 6 to 8 weeks. In a week or two, I'll be able to change them, won't I? And I
If
can
you
have
say
like
so.
dangly stuff and shiny shit and I
Okay.
found the ones that have got like a chain on them from the top all the way down at the bottom. They've got like a cool.
So we've done
Quite
your
cool.
role. We've done your role. Okay, Kitty.
Mhm.
You find some more jewellery. I'm just going to roll some random ones. Dotted around, like a couple in the study, one in a drawer in the kitchen. So, which you can add to the treasury. You also find the library has a lot of books in it. Now, although there's quite a few arcane books that you've already sort of got your eye on that you might be able to study, there's also quite a lot of fiction. Some of it quite famous, and some of those books are worth cash. So you could either maintain the library of works of fiction so that you can, the people can enjoy them, but they have a monetary value. Some of them as much as a couple of 100 gold pieces for the rarer books.
I'll discuss with the group. I won't make that decision, but I'll
Okay.
take the arcane ones.
Like there's no way you can take them. There's hundreds of them, but you leave them in the library so that you've got access to them.
Yeah.
There were, as well as I told you before, there are histories there. There are books on history. There are quite a few knowledge books. You'll want to leave them there because they give you a bonus when you use the library. But the fiction books, the ones that they're there for just entertainment, they don't affect the library's ability to give you research bonuses. It's just whether you want to.
Honor amongst thieves. We'll leave them there.
You could, like you said, you can mention it to the group that there are books of monetary value, not necessarily knowledge, that it might be worth selling or whatever. Oh, we put it in the party sheet, didn't we? What? No, topaz. I love the fact that I can just drag them straight out of the chat and put them in the notes. Good, isn't it?
Be handy.
Well. I can even apply the formatting. Look. Yep. That's the party sheet updated. So, Cap, you return from studying the road. You go to the maps in the study and just mark the locations so you know what you've got to do and you know how much road you've got to cover. I'll put 15 miles
pictures
of
in the
road.
margins.
Yeah, 5 miles is within the domain. Some extra work needed along each spot. There you go. So I've updated the Thornwatch notes for you.
Right.
Like scouted by.
That should be our people to break the law, which is just about everything. You're chewing too loud. Off to the peat bog. 12 days. Labor.
The great thing about peat is it can be used as
fuel.
Fuel.
For housing.
Yeah.
Peat's amazing stuff. We don't have peat bogs here. We just have bogs.
So I stole straight from the Irish because the Irish have a lot of peat bogs and we've got one not far from us. So
jealous.
We do too.
And you can still they actually outlawed it recently, which is weird. So because it was draining the bogs or destroying the natural land, what you used to be able to do was go into any fuel store or petrol station in Ireland and buy peat bricks to use on your fire.
Right.
But they said you're not allowed to use them for fires anymore because they're using up. Yeah, it's using up too much of the resource. So so now fuel places can't sell it anymore, but garages still sell them. But now they sell them as ornamental bricks instead of fuel.
Yeah, CNC.
That's
fun. Well, I guess digging up all them peat mummies too.
Yeah. So there was that ancient, Viking warrior, wasn't there, that was found in a peat bog, really well preserved.
Yeah. Hundreds of them. I guess, that's why it was, oh my God, we're reliving the timeline, guys. All the people I threw into the peat bogs. Parking violations.
So,
right.
yes, so it's a good resource to have on your property. So you've got the peat bogs. But when you get back, you find one of the hobgoblin scouts who doesn't speak common, but he hands you a note that's written in common that you can't read either. He can't read it, you can't read it, but he hands it to you.
Thank you. Appreciate this. Here, minion, read this to me. My eyes can't be bothered. Hand to somebody who can read it. You know,
Tammy, Kitty, Silvara, they're all there. It happens while you're enjoying your evening meal.
I mean, I'd make a T-shirt that says I can't read, but I can't write the T-shirt for people to read.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment as well.
Get off them before he stumbles any further.
At the moment, you're still eating like adventurers because you don't have cooks or anything. So what you're probably doing is, you've never
Yeah, we
discussed
killed
it
the
on the
guinea
road, but you probably take it in turns to make a stew out of whatever you've found.
Oh yeah,
You
Okay,
probably
so what does the note say?
yeah.
we
So
killed an entire kitchen staff. So
the note says the scouts have found something you'd be interested in. Can you come and meet me at the Hobgoblin encampment? And it's signed Razcor. Well, it's signed with an R, but
of course,
Okay,
I'm
pass it
jealous
along.
that he can write and read.
Let's go.
All right.
yeah, for a Hobgoblin, he's a clever fella.
Um,
a bit
thanks.
racist.
Thanks. Means I'm not.
So,
Here you're rich now.
so what are you all heading off to the Hobgoblin camp?
You're
Yeah.
Okay. So you arrive there. You find Razkar easily. He's supervising putting down a foundation for the barracks at the moment. You can see a command hut has already been built. There are canvas tents dotted around that the troops are already in. And you can see the starts of this. The earthworks have already been dug, so there's already a ditch. In the past 2 days, they've already dug a ditch and an embankment, and they've already put spears, like homemade wooden spears, sticking out of the embankment all the way around it. They're just in the process of building a gate and a gatehouse.
so they've got the start of a palisade.
Yeah. So, and they're working on the main, not barracks, because they've got the tent, mess hall. They're building a mess hall at the moment out of wood, like a cabin. So he's supervising that when you approach him. He tells you that the scouts have spotted a group of brightly coloured caravans and tents camped on the opposite side of the river, just just like a mile and a half upriver.
On the south side or the north side?
South side. So he said opposite side, but from the encampment. So on the south side.
Okay.
And he said the scouts reported a mix of males, females, humans, including children. They appear to have recently arrived. Some men and women were armed, but there is no indication of aggression, and they don't appear to be a martial force of any type. The scouts made no attempt to contact the humans and instead came back to Razcor to report the location.
Hey, you guys are awesome. Best forces ever. Thank you.
Sounds like your
Smart.
vassals have arrived, my lord.
Don't call me that, please. Let's go grab some slaves. I mean, some new residents.
Yes,
Tax
my
them.
lord.
Tax them heavily. Take their shoes if they don't have coins.
So if I unlock this, oh no, I don't need to unlock it, do I? I just need to open that. I can ping the place, can't I? Are you watching the map?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I thought they were coming from the west.
Upriver. I did say upriver.
You did, but I don't always take in all the words.
So there you go. That's
So
where
definitely,
that's
yeah.
where they were spotted.
Okay. Yeah, that gives us
What do
plenty
we
of
want
time to
to-
explain the hobgoblins while we make back to camp. Telling them on their problems. And when their problems.
What are you doing?
Let's head out. Oh, we're gonna head out and read them, bring them back.
Are you going to
Well, they
scout
could-
them from this side of the river, or are you going to approach them from the south side? Go back to the bridge. Well, the crossing.
Go ahead then.
I was just going to say they might not necessarily be a caravan of people coming to join us. They could just be passing through, like tinkers or something like that.
Right, never pass an opportunity. There's a sucker board every minute.
Oh, absolutely. Don't get me wrong. I don't think we shouldn't approach
Right.
them. I'm just pointing out they might not actually be like come to ring the doorbell. You know,
Oh, yeah,
there's a chance
you
they
may-
could be surprised that there's people in the area and be aggressive when they see us.
right.
Right.
I bring my axe. Come on, Bertha. We're going up for a walk.
Okay. You set off. I don't know why I pinged that. I was just clicking on the map. I forgot I was still in ping mode. So,
Ding, ding.
Poppity pink.
so it is just over a mile and a half along the river. And it's approaching dusk as you get there. And you see flickering campfires, colourful tents billowing in the wind, brightly painted wagons. No real effort to put them in defensive circles or anything. They're just scattered around this clearing next to the river. And the wind carries the sound of lutes and laughter and the smells of spiced wine, roasted meat, and wood smoke. Are you making any? Are you being stealthy or just approaching the camp? If you're being stealthy, remember some of you aren't very good at that.
Right, and we might as well just not humiliate ourselves any further.
So you approach the camp.
Right,
As you
Friendly.
approach,
yeah.
you are noticed by a plump, rotund man draped in vibrant, colourful silks of emerald green, deep purple, and burnished gold that shimmer in the firelight. His substantial frame is carried with unapologetic confidence, soft cheeks flushed with cheer, eyes sparkling with mischief beneath thick lashes. With a gold embroidered silk sash at his waist and multiple rings of gold earrings gleaming on his ears, the scent of spices and perfume lingers around him as he stands with an amused grin, radiating charisma and a charm that makes him impossible to ignore. I have a speech. There is a chance I will cock this up, but he does it a lot more eloquently than me. Okay? He approaches you, he bows in front of the group and says, voices whisper of a vaudevillian veteran cast vicariously as both victim and villain by the vicissitudes of fate, who values vigour, vitality, and victor over vulgarity. In view, a vagabond who revels in vintage wine, vivid pleasures, and victorious moments that make the vast void of mortality vanish. I am voracious for life, vibrant in spirit and unwavering in my vow to venerate every vagrant, virtuoso, and visionary who dares to vie for something greater than mere survival. Verily, vengeance is vulgar, celebration is virtuous, and I vow to vanquish the venal and virulent vermin and vouchsafe the ferocious violation of volition. It is my very good honour to meet you, and you may call me V.
I
Okay.
whispered to Kitty, what the fuck did he just say?
So I respond.
He glances, Tammy, he glances at you, gives you a smile and a wink.
Okay. So I'll approach him. Well met, traveller. Know that you're welcome upon the lands of my lord, where hospitality and honour are held in high regard. May I know the purpose of your expedition?
I don't speak for my people. However, behold, he says, stepping to one side and swinging his arms out dramatically, the virtuous and venerable heart of our people, the veritable legend, the Lady Van Tassel. And he sort of bows and ducks away. He sort of bows and moves to one side, a bit like I can't remember who was the nighttime guy who used to introduce bands by sticking his arm out and moving backwards. I can't remember his name. Andrew. I can't remember his name. Anyway,
I can't remember. If
Anyway,
he keeps
so-
talking in that foreign language, we gonna have a problem.
So, a woman in her probably early 40s strides confidently up to you. She says, "Desist, Veer. You are too much sometimes." Glances back at you and says, "I'm Leora Van Tassel, leader of this clan of seekers.
Are you seeking?
What is it you
Anyway.
seek in visiting our camp? Speak plainly, for the night is young and there is merriment to be had."
Oh, well, if you want to bring the merriment back to our keep, right down the street, where you're out of the weather, and we can host it properly. And introduce myself. Yeah.
So, the first thing she apologises for trespassing on your land. It was not their intent. In fact, they were under the assumption these lands were untamed.
Oh, they were about 3 days ago.
Do you have a flag?
Do you have a flag?
No flag, no country. That's the rule I've just made up.
That's the rules I just made up.
But she says, "Please join me at our fire so that we can share wine and bread and come to an accord."
All right. Hey, priest, check and see if there's vampires. I heard there's vampires in these woods.
So the first thing you notice about this people is, one, they all love music, they all love dancing, they all having a go at a sing song, even though the ones that can't sing very well. As soon as you arrive, people come up, pat you on the shoulders, hand you horns of ale, plates of fresh meat. Everybody's dressed in bright colours. They're all in fine-looking clothing, usually of silks and of bright colours. Reds and blues and yellows are prevalent everywhere.
Out there, they make me feel self-conscious about my attire.
Yeah.
Is there anything
to the beat, Mom?
recognize, like any patterns of colour or any emblems or?
No, they're not wearing anything that would suggest a uniform. No brands, no marks, or anything like that. A lot of the wagons, although brightly coloured, the tents are not. The tents are also bright colours, but tend to be of canvas. Like you'll see a red canvas one or a blue canvas one. They like a solid colour, whereas the caravans are covered in all sorts of colours, and I've got lots of musical motifs painted on
Making
them.
me think gypsy.
You know, like musical notes and harps and flutes and things like that. And yeah, they're very much a tribe of gypsies.
Yeah,
Well-
as we're walking with them, I'd like to address the lady.
Yeah.
Before we proceed, there is a matter upon which I must be perfectly clear. The hobgoblins of these lands are our sworn allies and stand beneath our protection. Any act of hostility, insult, or aggression directed towards them shall be regarded as an offence towards my lord himself. Treat them with the same respect and courtesy you would afford any of our own people, and there shall be peace between us.
She looks well, slightly amused, taken aback, but tells you that we're not a violent people. We only seek to protect ourselves.
Okay.
And in fact, and then she gestures to her people and says, "As you can see, we're not armed for battle." And glancing around, the most you can see is nearly everybody carries a dagger. And there are a few others with weapons, but they're weapons that can be used for utility. Things like hand axes and crossbows for hunting. And there aren't many of them. There's only maybe 2 or 3 crossbows.
Okay.
But thank you. It was well said.
Yeah.
And
I just said that. That was
Yep.
my.
you're not vying
Just
for a
speaks fast.
promotion, are you? I see how it is.
My lord, I am merely your advisor.
Do these socks match this shirt?
So you're drinking, you're eating, you're discussing it. You find out that they call themselves seekers. They're seeking what they refer to as the last song of creation. It's something that their ancestors have been searching for, and they've been searching for it for generations.
Oh, I found it ages
It's all gone
ago.
a bit Robert Jordan in here.
Yeah.
No, not is it?
Oh, where do you think I got the idea from? I like the Tuatha from The Wheel of Time. So
It's
yeah,
dark.
stolen straight from. Well, actually, they're a mix of them and Romani gypsies. But anyway,
Well, in your
Um,
last campaign, you had the white cloaks, so
yeah,
not massively
absolutely.
surprised.
So they are a family unit of men, women, and children. They're all different families, but they're all part of the same clan. They're about 80 strong, something like that, and as well as being travellers and traders in information, they also trade goods as well, very much like tinkers. So they make rudimentary things like pots and pans and spoons and wooden bowls and all that sort of stuff, and they sell them to fund their journey.
Are we some sort of arrangement with them if we're asking them to come and stay?
So what you get from the gist of the conversation that although they move constantly, they often stay put for chunks of time while they investigate the area, while they look for the song. So it's not like they're constantly moving. They could spend a year, 2 year, maybe 3 years in one spot,
Kinda.
and then they move on, and then they work their way through the different lands in this search. So they've been searching for it for generations. They've never found it. Most of them don't even expect to find it. It's the journey to them that's important rather than the end goal. So, but it's a free life. It's a life of freedom and little rules other than protect the clan, essentially. Very musical in nature. Selvara notices at some point during the just talking to different people, mingling, as it were, they do have a priestess among them. Sorry, a priest and a priestess who worship, and I can't remember his name, Milil, the god of wine and festivity.
I invite them to come and have a check out my new chapel.
They do so. They're happy to come and visit you at the keep, and the upshot is they actually ask for permission to spend some time. They don't know how long because they wait until it feels right, but they do ask for permission to stay on your land for the foreseeable future.
We should grant it in return for like labor.
Yeah, that would sound smart. Start on the road then, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Well,
I
they're
mean,
not.
that's going to benefit them as well.
They're not builders. It's not something they're good at. They can make things, but they wouldn't be able to. It's not something they'd be skilled at. Clearing roads and
Can we
rivers
We're
and
not
so
asking
on.
to build the roads, just clear some of the dead trees out the way.
They can certainly offer some labour, but it would be at a most basic level.
Keep your hands in your pockets and your purse and all this.
Yeah, they are self-sufficient. They tell you that, so they don't need anything from you other than permission to be there.
All right.
Where's your
Well, that sounds
bird,
good.
chap?
Has not returned
A
yet.
bird?
Where's your
It's
bird?
still away.
Out a rave
yeah.
or something.
If anything happens, then I'm holding the harbor's responsible.
Me too.
Was you?
No, remember they said that they had to wait on so and so to do the reply and
Yeah.
all that.
So would these guys kind of keep morale up a bit with their sing-songing and cheeriness?
Remember how the hobgoblins kept their morale up with the goblins? I had an apple on the head, archery.
Yeah, like is
Now-
this the same?
Hey, we could
That's
put
it,
like we could put a festival on.
Yeah, true.
Just like I don't know, the morale. Does that make people work faster? Have you got better morale? Something like that. I don't know.
Or we could get some people to come in from the outside areas. Do you want to live here? Bit of networking.
I'm at a party.
You
Party.
probably pump them for some information as well.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of information are you after?
The sort of settlements and stuff that there are nearby, what people are trading in right now, what they're looking for. If there's people that are dissatisfied and might want to leave and come to us.
Well, they've had no real contact with any other humans for quite a while. They've been travelling through the High Forest. They have met and exchanged goods and information with groups of wood elves that live not far to the south. And they've also encountered and been attacked by a tribe of Uthgard barbarians who claim to own some of the lands to the southeast.
Southeast in the Forbidden Forest.
Well, I wouldn't call it forbidden, in the High Forest. The
Should
High
we mark
Forest
them
is the High Forest is an ancient forest and is full of ancient elven ruins and home to like lots of the dark races, like hobgoblins and things like that.
Can they mark our maps?
No, because they're not on the maps. It's off the Uthgard and the Wood Elf lands lie well outside your domain. Have you got the main? I've moved it into the Thornwatch. You know the Silver Marshes map.
Wait, what's Stone Stand? I'm just looking at
Stone
Silver Marshes now.
a stone stand I've marked for my purposes. It comes on the standard map, which is why it's there, but you don't know what that is. You know, you have no idea if that exists
all right,
at the
okay.
moment. Okay.
All right. Okay. Sorry.
Hmm.
Alright, so that-
But so you can
down
see,
there.
you can see the pin. In fact, make it shareable. You can see the pin where Thornwatch Keep is.
Our little peoples.
You can see where Jalanthar is. You can see where Hilltop and Leuvenhead and so on. So that area around where it says the stone stand, that's where the Seekers say the Uthgard live, and they've travelled up from the south. So due south of you, the heavy forested area, that's the area where they met a lot of groups of wood elves. I'll ping them for you if you like. So we're talking this sort of area for the Uthgard, and this sort of area for the wood elves.
So Uthgar, are they bad?
Can you share that map?
Yeah, there we go. It's reshared.
Okay, sorry. Would you mind pinging again?
So Uthgard, around where the stone stand is. Although you don't know what the stone stand is, nobody have heard of it. That's just on my map, as far as you're concerned for the moment. And wood elves around here.
So what are Uthgar? Sorry.
The Uthgard are human tribes of barbarians.
Friend.
Some Uthgard are known to be friendly. Some Uthgard, most Uthgard are known to be neutral. Some Uthgard are known to be evil. Like, actually, not evil as like bad guys, but extremely isolationist.
And what did the
Right.
travelers say that those Ithgar are?
They were violent
Like
on sight.
Scottish.
Yeah. Yeah, like the Scottish, they were violent on sight.
Yeah,
That means nothing. We're friendly people most of some of the time. Some-ish.
60% of the time,
right.
we're
Well,
good.
We're
fun games, did you
hostile.
start painting yourself blue?
All right.
That was the
I mean-
Picts. The Picts
Give
aren't,
me
and
about
the
2
Scottish
minutes,
aren't
guys.
actually the same people.
Yeah, I know.
All right. I trust you guys to do right.
Although Hormental is Pictish height.
We're all. Wait a minute. Are we talking real life or in the
Yeah.
Because in the game I'm 6'2". Just so you know.
I've just turned the grid
In
off
real
on
life,
that.
sure I
That
am.
was so I could work out scale and stuff. So I've just turned that off.
We're just all a bunch of pagans.
Yeah.
And we're like.
But in this house, we all worship Helm in this house. We all shout.
Sounds like something my child would say.
So does that help, Selvara? Does that help with your?
Yeah, I was just curious where the elves would be. Being half elf, I was interested in seeing if they would be of use. to
There
us.
are-
They're obviously-
There are large tribes of wood elves scattered all through the high forest, and they have. I mean, they aided Everland, Silvery Moon, and Sunderbar. They aided them in the recent war. The elves sent archers to aid fight against the orcs and the drow during the Battle of Many Arrows, or the War of Many Arrows. So it's known that the wood elves populate the high forest. How many of them there are, and how many different tribes and so on, nobody really knows. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So, yeah, you spend the evening with the gypsies. Are you drinking? Are you taking part in the festivities,
Hell
or
yeah.
are you watching what you drink?
I'm watching what I drink while I drink it. Just like
Yeah.
that, cross-eyed, and drink it.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to jump off. It's 5:15. I got an appointment. All right.
I didn't realise it was gone 10. No, we can leave it there. I mean, as it happens, the last thing that occurs when you get back to the keep is the hawk arrives. But we can
All right.
we can jump on that next week.
All right. That sounds awesome. Love you guys. Sorry to cut it short.
I didn't. You haven't. I didn't
Okay.
realise we'd gone on that late.
All
I'll see you later, Kat.
What are we going to be next week or the following week?
Next week should be weekly, unless one of you tells me otherwise.
All right. Love you guys. We'll see you next week.
Love you, Kat.
See you later.
See you later, Kat.
Good job, guys. Thanks for building my empire. Wink, wink. See ya.
Need to make a note of this. So the next thing that happens is
Return of the bird.
Return of the
Return of
Bird.
the bird.
Suppose we should look at someone to raid
Everybody's
them, shouldn't
heard
we?
about the bird.
Because the bird is the word.
The bird is the word.
Do you know what? I haven't raided Uncanny Alchemist for a while. Let's go to him. An Aussie guy that I like. Thank you everyone for watching. We'll go to the ending screen. Sorry for the abrupt end. I didn't realise what time it was.
I didn't realise it was 10.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't realise either.
Right. Voice is still up.
I did, but I just assumed she knew. Like, okay, we're just running a bit late tonight.
So I was into it. Well, I think we all are. We just didn't notice. Well, except for you. So you're obviously not into it as much as we are.
Nah. I'm too
Outed.
busy praying to the eldritch gods, it seems.
You'll find out what happens at some point.
Yeah, you know,
Anyway.
that's not actually very.
Thank you everyone for watching. Say goodbye, girls.
Bye.
Bye.
And we're out of here.
Not as reassuring as you might think.
Not meant to be. You fumbled. You know something's going to happen.
Right, I am going to
Good
run off
night.
because I'm going to put the boys to bed.